Scientists discover two ancient mysterious Neanderthal populations. Neanderthals are our ancestors, but with different ethnicities and pigmentation, like modern-day humans. This is something interesting and piques more of our interest with the discoveries made by scientists about Neanderthals and their population. Hello, and welcome back to the Abandoned Archaeologist again, the channel to learn all about ancient archaeological findings. Today, we will discuss the unknown journey of Neanderthals and how they were different from us. But before we begin, to get your attention, we have a question you can answer at the end of the video by watching it. When were the Neanderthal fossils first discovered? So, write down your answer in the comment section and see if you got it right. Here we begin with the video. A team of international researchers, led by the Universitat Autònoma de Barcelona and the University of York, has provided the first molecular evidence that Neanderthals not only ate a variety of cooked plant foods, but also understood their nutritional and medicinal properties. Until recently, it was assumed that Neanderthals, who vanished between 30,000 and 24,000 years ago, were primarily meat-eaters. However, as more sophisticated analyses are conducted, evidence of dietary breadth is growing. Researchers from Spain, the United Kingdom and Australia used pyrolysis gas chromatography mass spectrometry in conjunction with morphological analysis of plant microfossils to identify material trapped in dental calculus, calcified dental plaque, from 5 Neanderthals from the El Cidrón site in northern Spain. Their findings, published in Naturwissenschaften, the science of nature, add another twist to the story by providing the first molecular evidence of a Neanderthal individual using medicinal plants. According to the researchers, the presence of starch granules and carbohydrate markers in the samples, as well as evidence for plant compounds such as azulines and coumarins, as well as possible evidence for nuts, grasses and even green vegetables, argue for a broader use of ingested plants than stable isotope analysis often suggests. The varied use of plants they identified suggests that the Neanderthal occupants of El Cidrón had a sophisticated knowledge of their natural surroundings, which included the ability to select and use certain plants for their nutritional value and segregation. While the meat was important, their findings point to a more complex diet than previously thought. Members of this team had previously discovered that the Neanderthals in El Cidrón possessed the bitter taste perception gene. In addition, researchers discovered molecular evidence that one individual had eaten bitter-tasting plants while trapped within dental calculus. The evidence indicating this individual was eating bitter-tasting plants, such as yarrow and chamomile, with little nutritional value is surprising. They know that Neanderthals would find these plants bitter, so they were probably chosen for reasons other than taste. This study used 10 samples of dental calculus from 5 Neanderthals. Thermal desorption and pyrolysis gas chromatography mass spectrometry were used by the researchers to identify both free, unbound, and bound polymeric organic components in the dental calculus. In addition, they discovered chemical evidence consistent with wood-fired smoke, various cooked starchy foods, 2 plants known today for their medicinal qualities, and the bitumen or oil shale trapped in the dental calculus by using this method in conjunction with the extraction and analysis of plant microfossils. Using mass spectrometry, they were able to identify the building blocks of carbohydrates in the calculus of 2 adults, one in particular having apparently eaten several different carbohydrate-rich foods. Combined with the microscopic analysis, it demonstrates how dental calculus can be a valuable source of information. According to the researchers, Evidence for cooked carbohydrates is confirmed by both the cracked, roasted starch granules observed microscopically and the molecular evidence for cooking and exposure to wood smoke or smoked food in the form of a variety of chemical markers found in dental calculus, such as methyl esters, phenols, and polynuclear aromatic hydrocarbons. The study also shows that the starch granules reported from El Cidrón are the oldest granules ever confirmed using a biological test. Ancient bacteria embedded in the calculus offers the potential for future oral health research. Another discovery says that ancient humans used this one cave in Spain for a mind-blowing 50,000 years. Human settlements appear and disappear. We may remain in specific regions, but the cladding on that region changes, with the past frequently buried beneath our feet in ruins. But one location has been so special that humans used it, albeit infrequently, for 50,000 years. Cueva de Ardeles is a cave in Malaga, Spain, famous for the extensive prehistoric art daubed and inscribed on its walls. Over 1,000 such works have been catalogued, some famously and controversially demonstrating that Neanderthals could create art. The first excavations in the cave have now been completed, providing scientists with a better understanding of what ancient Neanderthals and modern humans used the cave for, and how long they used it. From the time Neanderthals began using the cave 65,000 years ago, Neanderthals and modern humans used Cueva de Ardeles to make art and bury their dead, and little else. The research presents a well-stratified series of more than 50 radiometric dates in Cueva de Ardeles that confirm the antiquity of Paleolithic art from over 58,000 years ago. It also confirms that the cave was a site of special activities associated with art, as numerous ochre fragments were discovered in the Middle Paleolithic levels. Between 2011 and 2018, excavations focused on the cave's entrance. This is the most heavily trafficked cave area and has the highest concentration of non-figurative, abstract paintings. The researchers then dug deeper to reach the various layers buried over time that contain traces of human presence. These layers revealed the cave's patchy occupation history, starting with the bottommost, the earliest layer. This was radiocarbon dated to over 58,000 years ago, consistent with previously obtained dates for the cave's oldest paintings, abstract works consisting of dots, fingertip daubs, and hands. This was the cave's Neanderthal occupation, which ended around 43,000 years ago. Modern humans appear to have arrived in the region around 35,000 years ago, implying that the cave was unused for at least 7,000 years. The cave was used intermittently from when modern humans arrived until the beginning of the Chalcolithic or Copper Age towards the end of the Neolithic. Interestingly, despite their later arrival, modern humans appear to have used the cave for similar purposes as the Neanderthals. None of the recovered artifacts were related to domestic tasks, implying that the cave was not used as a living space. Instead, the term discovered ochre lumps, used for painting and occasionally as a ritual material throughout prehistory, as well as shells and animal teeth that had been drilled, possibly for use as jewellery. They also discovered human remains, implying that modern humans used the cave to enter the dead during the early Neolithic period. The cave was undoubtedly used to create rock art during the Paleolithic period, as evidenced by the presence of over 1,000 motifs and several potential ochre lumps in the excavated context. This non-domestic use of the cave continued in the Neolithic and Chalcolithic periods, when it was used as a burial site. The findings confirm that the cave was highly symbolic for a long time during prehistory, establishing it as an important and valuable archaeological site for studying human history in Europe. What do you think of the Neanderthal population? And the answer to the question we have asked is the first ever Neanderthal discovery was made in the 1820s, but in the 1860s they were recognised as being from a prehistoric human species. Subscribe for more such uploads.